started off as a postdoctoral scientist in protein crystallography. And as part of that, I had to grow cultures to produce protein, do the protein purification. And therefore I used the experience there to get into technical sales in upstream and downstream processing before moving into contract manufacturing, business development, and then finally into the Cell and Gene Therapy Catapult in early 2018. I'd worked a long time in standard biologics manufacturing. That meant monoclonal antibodies, mammalian and microbial proteins. However, I'd always had an interest in cell and gene therapy. In fact, I spoke to the Cell and Gene Therapy Catapult multiple times looking for a role that would suit me, and nothing actually came up for quite some time. It's just the excitement of the field. And I think the mission of the Cell and Gene Therapy Catapult I'd always been attracted to. And when this role came up that was suitable for me, I just leapt on the opportunity, actually. I think the main thing that has made me proud is a really strange thing probably, which is walking through the Stevenage Manufacturing Innovation Centre and feeling the buzz around the place with this number of people working together to advance these cell and gene therapies and all working together as a really good community. I think the first time that collaborating companies at the manufacturing centre actually started collaborating between themselves, because the whole project was really about the Cell and Gene Therapy Catapult collaborating with companies to develop their therapies. And when the collaboration extended to the collaborators working together between themselves, that was great. It was minor things like equipment loans, but they were critical pieces of equipment that would have held up somebody's manufacturers. It was very important. And arranging sharing supplier audits was one of the first things that happened. And I think most recently, seeing the first announcement that one of our collaborators has really demonstrated our vision, that using our support has visibly contributed to them using us as a stepping stone to anchor their cell and gene therapy, their cell and gene therapy manufacturer in the UK long term, with the announcement of a brand new facility right in the heart of the Stevenage cluster with one of our collaborators at the Manufacturing Innovation Centre in Stevenage. So that I was really proud when I saw that come out. Because the Manufacturing Innovation Centre model was not easy. It was it really is a world first. It was difficult. So it's established an operating model that facilitates the rapid transfer of GMP manufacturing. It holds its own GMP license without ever manufacturing products for itself. And it coordinates a quality management system of the catapults along with the collaborators, where everybody, including the regulators, feel comfortable that all the bases are covered. And contracting that in this novel way and having the cost sharing, none of this was easy. But now to witness the level of collaboration that's come out of it, which was far higher than we had ever imagined when we started the project, it's really great to see. I feel really proud. I've actually been at the Cell and Gene Therapy Catapult for 4 years. It was just that I became CBO a year ago. But that's an example of why it's so exciting, really. So I've never worked at a company where every single person seems so dedicated and completely buys into the mission. I think this is a really unusual environment to work in. And you get the opportunity to work in so many different projects. I've had a vast experience over a really short space of time at the Catapult. So I started off as head of collaborations, and that was before we opened the Stevenage Manufacturing Innovation Centre. And we've since added sites at Braintree and Stevenage, and also a skills facility in Stevenage. And we've established 2 hugely impactful national collaboration projects as well, which are the Advanced Therapy Treatment Centres and the Advanced Therapy Skills and Training Network. And I think, as with many colleagues at the Cell and Gene Therapy Catapult, my career has grown in this time, and I've now got the responsibility of this much larger company with multiple sites. I could talk forever about the number of different projects that the Cell and Gene Therapy Catapult has ongoing, because even though we specialise in a really narrow field, and you would think that our projects are not that broad, I don't think there's a single aspect of cell and gene therapy that we don't have specialists dealing with. So we work on preclinical and clinical development, regulation, health economics, technology and therapy development, GMP manufacturing support, and adoption of advanced therapies by the NHS. So it's massive. But I think the main priorities that we have at the moment are skills, skills, skills. I think everybody is absolutely desperate for skills in cell and gene therapy because of the rapid growth of this industry. And that's everything from scientists, manufacturing operators, quality control, quality assurance, validation, regulatory specialists. And the Advanced Therapy Apprenticeship Programme, ATTAC, which is coordinated by the Catapult, has now multiple apprentices that have gone through that and in training. And we're already already opening national training centres as part of the Advanced Therapy Skills and Training Network. So the 3 national centres with a 4th skills lab that we're opening in Stevenage shortly. There's virtual training using virtual reality and augmented reality. There's even a career converter to try to bring people in from other industries into this exciting field to use their transferable skills to really make sure that that there's enough people in the cell and gene therapy market to be able to advance the cell and gene therapies at the rate that they're needed. And our regulatory and development team have been working in coordination of the Advanced Therapies Treatment Centres for a number of years now, and along with the advisory board, which now has 100 members collaborating in this, looking to improve the way in which these therapies can be delivered to patients. And the initiative brings together people from the MHRA, from NICE, therapy developers, supply chain companies, technology developers, CROs, CDMOs, everybody coming together with training initiatives, technology development, standardization of processes across the NHS. There is a technology readiness package that the hospitals can use, where all of this information is together in a central repository so that everybody can take advantage of this to enhance the adoption of cell and gene therapies in the UK. And we're already as well focusing quite heavily on the UK. So there's a big push in the levelling up agenda. And I think that's really critical in cell and gene therapies. There's a real strength of cell and gene therapy expertise in the north of England and also in Scotland. And we are working quite hard to make sure that the Cell and Gene Therapy Catapult are able to support this. So we're opening up a facility in Edinburgh to do that more effectively. I think the main thing that I wanted to point out probably is the latest initiative. I think I've touched on it in terms of the Advanced Therapy Skills Training Network. However, I wanted to point out the speed at which that has been able to be achieved. And it's purely through the collaboration between industry, academia, even the NHS and CDMOs, research technology organisations. I think that the actual programme started very early this year as part of the COVID pandemic, really. The Vaccine Task Force kickstarting this, giving some funding, and the impetus behind the COVID pandemic really got everybody pulling together in one direction. And in that time, I think people have been running around frantically, and it has been really, really tough, but the output from that has been absolutely amazing. If you look at the National Horizons Centre, the number of courses that they have operating now in person, and the VR systems that have been put in place to enable people to really upskill in cell and gene therapy, and as many people as possible. And people have actually started to go through these courses now. And I think that we should watch this space. I think that there's really good things to come in that network.